Once again, hey, it's Dan here in Virginia. Hey, we're in for a streak of about 3 days of rain, so I won't be able to fly. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go in the workshop. I got my planes pretty much all ready to fly, but I thought I'd share with you some of the tools that I use to work on my planes. As you can see here, we got the old Sports Cub upside down, and I'll show you a few things that I use. Some of my favorite tools is ratcheting wrenches. This one is made by Crescent. I'm sure you can buy them from Sears also. You flip the little toggle there and it goes the other way. I also like Turnigy tools. This is one of the original screwdrivers. I love this thing. It has, this is a Phillips tip, and this tip, you can see, I hope, it's very sharp. I've had this for a couple years now. It fits about every screw you'll find. It's a Phillips type screw on your model airplane. It just goes in place. It does come with 6 other bits. There's hex sizes and a flat blade. They're held in magnetically. Pop them in there, put the top on, and I just leave this one like this. I use it all the time, and it's really some good steel in here because that thing is not rounded over. Sort of an upgraded version of that I couldn't resist buying. In case you can't tell, I love tools. This is a Turnigy screwdriver set, but this one you can move in and out and adjust it. It's a length adjustable in case you want to get close, really torque it down and take it out, and you don't have to unscrew the the front of it to change blades. This has a little notch here. All you gotta do is turn it over, tip these out. It comes with different sizes. They're clearly marked. This one is a 5/32 and 1/16, and put them in there. So I carry that, but these are my go-to tools that I keep in the very top of my field box. Okay, now another tool I love, this thing here. These are baby channel locks. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not, but they are made by Channel Lock Tool Company in my hometown of Meadville, Pennsylvania. These are arguably the finest tools, hand tools, money can buy. I don't know what the number is on this one, but I am biased towards Channel Lock tools because I made them in the nights, working night shift while I was going to college. But Channel Lock tools, you can get any of their tools are good, but these, I call these baby channel locks. I'm not even sure they make them anymore. This pair here is probably 40 years old. Okay, now let's look over here. You say, what in the world is this junk on the side of the bench? Well, take a look at this thing. These are what I call unique tools. Believe it or not, we did not always have zippers. Back in the 1800s, about 1890, early 1900s, we didn't have a lot of zippers on clothes, or if they had them at all. Everybody used buttons. This is called a button hook. It's stamped steel. This one is made by, or made for, B. Richards and Sons in Washington, D.C. I think I found this at a flea market or an antique store. But this is, they're made out of very stout steel, and this hook right here, you'd be surprised, I use this all the time. It's just perfect for going in here and fishing out your the right curvature to fish out the wires leading to your battery. And I use the other end, this end here, to tuck in my wires. Let me see if I can do this. Just for demonstration purposes. Hook up the lights, there they go. I use this flat side here to tuck the wires down in beside the battery, and also when I put a strap on there, a Velcro strap, it's good for tucking the Velcro strap down inside. So these are called button hooks. They're actually collector's items. People collect them, they make them long, short, some even have fancy pearl handles. I think I gave $4 for that one. So if you can find a button hook, you'll find a lot of uses for it. Okay, this next thing I got, now let's unplug these so you're not distracted by the lights here. This next thing I got, I never hesitate. If I need a tool and I can't buy it, I make it. This thing here, you'll probably, some of you will recognize that. It looks like a tire iron for a bicycle, and that's exactly what it used to be, an aluminum tire iron for fixing the flat on your bicycle. Well, I had problems tightening up the nut on the front of this sport cup here. So let's just demonstrate what I do with this. Let's take off this front nose piece. Again with my trusty Turnigy screwdriver. And there we go. Now what you'll find when you go to tighten this prop nut, this thing always turns in your hand. So if you take this handmade tool and you put a little screw, that's probably a quarter 20 screw down through the slot, and I just kind of screwed it in there. It cuts its own threads, and cut it off with a hacksaw. But if you reach up inside this hole in the cub, you can place this wrench in one of the holes in the front of the motor. Once you get it in the hole in the front of the motor, you have to fish around sometimes to find the hole. Get it in there, turn the prop. But once you get it in the hole, you can hold it just like this, put your wrench on there, and you can tighten that prop nut right down with that, and it'll hold the motor from turning. So it used to be a tire iron, it's now a wrench to tighten the prop on my sport cub. Last but not least is this little thing here. This is a homemade tool. This is a cherry wood dowel, and this thing here is a piece of wire that you'll find inside a windshield wiper replacement blade. You take your old windshield wipers off your car, and each side of them are stiffeners, these metal stiffeners. They're about this long, but this is what a piece of it looks like. And they're actually, I believe, stainless steel, because being out in the weather, you know, they'd rust on a windshield wiper blade. But if you can take this, they're quite stiff. I call this my push me pull you. So I put a little crook on both ends. You can take this and you can reach down inside the airplane, and again you can use one to push the wires in, and if you want, you use the other side to hook the wires and pull them back out. So anyway, that's what some of the tools I use and I really like. I hope you find this helpful. And if you do, I hope you'll make your own tools and you'll share them with the rest of us. So, until next time, that's all out here. Fly safely.